Hello, everyone. We're going to get started in just a second here. Just giving everybody a chance to get connected here. So we're going to be getting started in just a minute. Thank you guys for being here. Hello, Sandro. Nice to see you, or nice to see your name on the screen. Thank you for being here. All right, we're seeing people pop into the webinar. Excellent. Thank you guys all for being here today. We definitely have people from all over the world joining us. Just let me get this squared away here. So we definitely have people from all over the world joining us. Thank you so much. Oh, we got, let's see, we got somebody from Vietnam. Thank you so much. Somebody from Vancouver. We've got Celia from Malaysia. We got Jennifer from Ohio. Let's see, we've got somebody from Houston. We've got people from, oh, geez, everywhere. Let's see. All right, what do we, should we get started? I still see the count picking up here. So I'm going to give everybody another minute to get joined to the webinar here, and then we will get started. I'll continue saying hi to people for another minute or so. Rahendra from India, thank you for being here. We got Jenny from Michigan. Jenny Caribbean, nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here. We got Lumi from Scotland. We've got Lars from Germany. We've got Sandeep from India. Let's see. We've got RT. Hello, RT. Carl from Montreal. We got Inez from Scotland, another Sandeep from India. We've got Catherine Saggers from the UK. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're about 2 minutes past the hour here, or 32 minutes past the hour if you are here from India. So let's make sure that the recording is going, and the recording is going. So let's get going. All right, so welcome to the very first edition of the BNI Tech Talks. BNI Tech Talks. This is a Tech Talks. We changed the format slightly. This used to be the BNI Connect Deep Dive, but we've rebranded it to the BNI Tech Talks. And the reason for that is that we're not just talking about BNI Connect anymore. We're actually going to be talking about all of the different platforms that we have here in BNI. So we're going to touch on BNI Connect. We're going to talk about BNI Insights. We're going to talk about BNI Plus. We're going to talk about what else? BNI Academy that is coming up very quickly. So there's all these different platforms. There's a couple that are coming out really soon as well that you may not know about. So as we go throughout the year, and we're just going to keep touching on different things. So I wanted to kind of rebrand it from BNI Connect Deep Dive to BNI Tech Talks as we talk about all the different platforms. All right, so with that, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jeremy Walsh. I am the director of support for BNI Connect. So I have when BNI Connect launched in 2011, I was asked to spin up a support team to help to basically answer all the questions about BNI technology online. Um, I have a bit of a history here in BNI. I became a member of BNI in 2002, and I am still a member today. I am a member of the BNI Wakefield chapter here in the great state of Rhode Island, which is, if you don't know, the actual smallest state in all of the United States. It is only 40 miles wide by 80 miles tall. You can drive across it in under an hour. Uh, Started my business in 2002, joined BNI right away. I am still a member of the same chapter for 23 years. I just got off the leadership team of being the vice president of the chapter. In 2007 or so, I became a director consultant. So I was helping to support chapters here in Rhode Island. Then I became the area director for a number of the years until then kind of working with headquarters and globally to help support these platforms. I do not do it alone. I have an amazing amazing team behind me that help to support the system. So this is the team. We've got Jackie from the UK. We've got myself here in the US. And just to make sure, you guys can see the screen okay? You guys can see the pictures on the screen? Awesome. Cool. So it's not just me. You can see my team there. So that is my team. They are amazing. Again, Jackie from Scotland. She has over 20 years of BNI experience. Myself, Riaz is in Malaysia. Riaz is amazing as well. He is also has over 20 years of BNI experience. We've got Mani from India. We've got Samantha, who used to be in the US on the GST, and then she moved to Germany. And she has been working with me from Germany for a number of years now. And we got Jessica, who's in Massachusetts, and then Monique, who is in Connecticut, but she's a night owl, so she kind of pretends she's on a California shift. So these are the people that answer all of the tickets that get sent into BNI Connect about all of our platforms. Right now, we're supporting about 350,000 members around the world, and 75 countries speaking 25 languages, and we support the system 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. We've answered 601,000 support tickets, and we have about a 20-minute average first response time with a 95% satisfaction rating. Now, you may not know these people, but you will get to know these people over the next year or so. This is my test team, the great BNI Burr chapter in Antarctica. As we go through some of the systems and do some live demos, we're going to be using my test area, Antarctica, and have some wonderful names and faces there in the Antarctica Burr chapter. All right, just because we always do this when we're in a BNI meeting, I just want to review the core values. And we have the core values of givers gain, building relationships, lifelong learning, traditions and innovations, positive attitude, accountability, and recognition. Of course, my favorites are the traditions and innovations. That's pretty much what we're here for, as well as positive attitude. I really, truly feel that if you can keep a positive attitude, life is just better. All right, so with that, a couple of just housekeeping things. One registration link. You guys do not need to register every week. You just register once, show up as many times as you want. Come every week, come twice in the next year. It's up to you. Love to have you here, though. With that, we're doing this every Friday. I'll let you know if we're going to be taking a week off. Like we have a convention and we have the US conference. I'm going to be in South Africa for the South Africa conference in May. I'm very much looking forward to that. So there may be a couple of Fridays when we don't do this, but for the most part, it'll be every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. About 30 minutes. So we're going to talk for about 20, 25 minutes, and then I'll open it up to Q&A. And I'd like to say that I'll stay here until all of those questions are answered. All right, after we're done, and once it's up and running, we'll upload those webinars to the BNI Academy. Notice I did not say BNI Business Builder. We are going to be uploading them to BNI Academy. Now, we have a chat bar going, so the chat bar tends to move really fast, so I can't keep up with it. However, we have a Q&A panel as well. So if you guys want to network, you guys want to make comments, make smiley faces, whatever you want to do in the chat window, please go ahead and do that. Introduce each other, share some contact information, whatever you want to do. If you have an actual question, though, please put that into the Q&A, and I will be happy to answer it and make sure that all those questions get answered. All right, so with that, here's I'm not going to be doing these necessarily in this order, but here's just some of the topics that we will cover over the next year or so that we'll be doing this. But just, profiles, we'll talk about visitors, we'll talk about networking, we'll talk about BNI Academy, we'll talk about reporting, we're going to talk about chapter management, we're going to talk about visitor management, talk about online applications and chapter websites, and again, the BNI Academy and some advanced things in there as well. We're going to talk about, we can even go into topics like BNI, how can we use like Excel to, power up all of our BNI reports. So, and then maybe I'll even share with you guys a concept I call the money tree in BNI a little bit later. But again, I'm going to jump around on some of those topics, probably not do them in order as we have releases with new features in BNI Connect. We'll talk about those. So, for example, we are going to be doing a new technology release, probably the first or second week in March. And after we do that, we'll talk about all the new things that are on there. All right, so I do love to start these with a pop quiz. So, you guys ready? All right, you guys ready for the pop quiz? All right. So the first question, you guys can just put this into the chat bar. When was BNI Connect first launched? When was BNI Connect first launched? You guys are good. You guys are good. Excellent. Excellent. A lot of correct answers there. Ian put it into the Q&A. 1985 is when BNI was launched. However, BNI Connect was first launched in 2011. So I came onto the team February 2011, just a couple of weeks before it was launched. We went into pilot in March and then officially launched it globally in April, except for a couple of countries that came on a couple of years later. So excellent. Everybody that put in 2011, you guys get a gold star. Well done. Well done. All right. So got two more questions for you. All right. You may or may not know this. What is the new single sign-on portal for all BNI apps? What is the new single sign-on portal for all BNI apps? I see some correct answers in there. Oh, excellent. Good job. Good job, Celia. Good job. Let's see. It's just moving too fast. Good job, Josh, John, April. Excellent, Thomas. Yes, it is mybni.com. And you know what? You guys can use that now. You don't have to wait. It is available now. And as you log into, we're gonna actually take a look at that today for those of you that haven't seen it. But there's some pretty cool tools in there, and that's where you're gonna find. You're also going to find BNI Academy in there. And while we're there, when will the new BNI Academy be available? Does anybody know? When will the new BNI Academy be available? That's right. You guys got it. The week of February 16th. So depending on time zones and things like that, we are launching it that week of February 16th. So again, you people that are in Japan, Australia, India, you guys may wake up in the morning and not quite see it yet until it might get launched, Eastern time US. But that week of February 16th is when you will see it magically appear in the BNI MyBNI.com portal. As a added bonus question that is not on here, when are we turning off access to BNI Business Builder? Anybody know? Today. That's right. Today. Today is your last day to log into BNI Business Builder. Then we're going to take a 1 week pause and start up with BNI Academy. So awesome. You guys did great. Nice job, everyone. All right. So with that, let's move on. I just want to give you guys this one quick rundown of what we have here in BNI Connect. We are serving 79 countries, 1,500 regions, 12,000 chapters. We have thousands and thousands of websites that get pushed out by BNI Connect. So 350,000 active users. We've got a ton of groups in there. It is one online application. BNI Connect is our hub, right? So BNI Connect is where we store all of our data. So we have all these other programs, right? But BNI Connect is our hub. It's the most important piece that we have, where all the membership data lives and all that stuff. So it has about 1,000 pages within BNI Connect. We've got about 120 different reports. That's not even counting all the dozens and dozens of reports in our other systems like BNI Insights. We have everything has to be translated manually right now. Hopefully someday we'll have some AI or some automatic translation tools in that. But right now we translate everything into 61 languages. And there's dozens and dozens of programming languages and millions of lines of code. And as I said, BNI Connect is the hub, but we have a number of just connected platforms. And that includes, we have the BNI online experience, which is turned now into the BNI Plus experience. And we actually, with BNI Plus, that is now connected to BNI Connect. So it's actually pulling all the data from BNI Connect, including the rosters and the leadership teams and the director consultant assignments and everybody's profile and all the statistics from the POMS report. That all now gets pulled automatically from BNI Connect into BNI Plus, making it a harmonious system. Same thing with BNI Insights. It pulls all of the numbers from BNI Connect and puts them into a better reporting platform. BNI Academy is going to be a single sign-on with BNI Connect as well, with some two-way communication, so that when you complete your member success program in Academy, it is going to automatically update your profile in BNI Connect. Right. So with that, we also have other things coming down the pipe that you'll hear more about. But again, really, BNI Connect has helped us to really shrink the world of BNI. I mean, when I first joined BNI, it was me and my chapter. That was my entire network. Now we have, access to hundreds of thousands of members around the world. So, great job using this call as a networking opportunity, and also making sure that you use BNI Connect to do the same. All right, so here's what I'd like to do next. So I'm going to get out of this PowerPoint because I like to do live demos mostly. And what I'd like to take a moment to show you guys, for those of you guys that have not seen it, I mentioned on the call that MyBNI.com is our new, it's our single sign-on platform. So if you'd like to check it out, you can start using it now, as a matter of fact. So if I go to MyBNI.com, you just use your BNI Connect username and password. So if you have a BNI Connect username and password, you can log into the mobile app, you can log into BNI Connect, you should be able to log into MyBNI. So what you can do is just put in your username and password. I have mine automatically saved. Click login. And this is what you get. All right, so awesome. This is the MyBNI platform. Now, depending on what your access levels are, is what you will what you'll see once you log in. So of course, BNI Connect is in there. We also have, if you are a director consultant, or if you are an area director, if you're a regional administrator, an executive director, you will also see a platform called BNI Insights. And it looks like I just got an error myself. There we go. So we also have a link right now to BNI Business Builder. As I said, today that BNI Business Builder is going to go away. That link will no longer be there, and it will be replaced in about a week with BNI Academy. We also have the Ask Ivan, the AI platform, where you can ask the AI platform, basically a bunch of BNI questions. So you can put those in there. So I encourage you to check this out. If you'd like to join us in Monaco in 2026, you can also use this opportunity to register for the 2026 Global Convention in Monaco in November. So very much looking forward to that. I do see there's some errors showing up on the screen. It did show up on mine as well. I got a quick error on there. Could be because we're all hammering it all at once right now. So if you cannot get into the system, like if you're getting an error on the sign-in screen, just submit a support ticket and we will take a look at it and see if we can help you out with that. So with that, what I'd like to do is just real quick, if you use MyBNI, as I said, you can jump right into BNI Connect. So it's a single sign-on platform. One click, we get into BNI Connect. All right, let's get to the home screen. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. And here we have our BNI Connect screen. So one of the things that you'll notice is that BNI Connect has gotten a big upgrade in the past year or so. And it's one of the reasons I actually didn't do the deep dive last year, is because they were doing so much work on BNI Connect, and to get it into this new interface and this new flow and format. I didn't want to have to keep changing the presentation every week, but we're pretty stable now in making sure that a lot of the things that we have access to are looking good. So when you log into BNI Connect, here's your homepage. You get to see all your stats right up at front. So just in case you if you haven't been around for a while, this is what it used to look like. And you can see what it used to look like by clicking this kind of like back and forth arrow here in the upper right-hand corner. If you click that back and forth arrow, this is what BNI Connect used to look like. This is called the legacy view. So you can switch back and forth. If you're old school like I am and you like the legacy view better, you can just click that arrow and keep going back and forth between the two different things. But you can see, I mean, we have now we have these nice graphs that are showing us our history, and we can look at 6 months, we can look at 12 months, right? We can look at our lifetime, right? So, and you can look at all of the different stats. Right now, it's showing me my referrals given. So that's pretty cool. I've given 701 referrals. I can see my thank you for closed business given go up through the years. I can see my thank you for closed business received. My revenue received is about to cross over into the $10 million mark. So visitors, I brought in over 100 visitors, 2,000 CEUs, one-to-one. So it's pretty cool to be able to go through this and see it all visually. And that's something that just wasn't available before. Before I go too much further, one thing I'd like to show you guys, for those of you that are saying, if you come across any errors, or you have questions, or you're just not sure where a report is or whatever it is, that support team that I showed you before, they are accessible to you. You can ask us all questions. And the way that you can ask questions is by clicking on this question mark down here in the the bottom left-hand corner. Bottom left-hand corner here in the new view. If you happen to switch back over to the legacy view, then it's up in the top right-hand corner. Legacy view, top right-hand corner, question mark. New view, bottom left-hand corner. But either way, if you go into there, we do have a help site that is available. I didn't want to log in as myself because I'll go into the ticketing system. So let me log in as one of my test users, my good friend Alf. And this is our support site. So again, you can go through and check out some documentation that we have. For example, we have a whole new section here. We're just starting it for BNI Academy. So if you have some questions about the rollout of BNI Academy, we have some FAQ that we've put together and answer a bunch of your questions. So check out that. And if you have a question, you have can't log in, whatever it might be, just up here in the upper right-hand corner, click this button that says Submit a Request. Submit a request, fill out this quick form, just a couple of questions, who you are, what can we help you with, and send that on in. And the nice thing about sending in a support ticket is you can also review every support ticket you've ever sent in. So if you ask us a question, we give you an answer, you can go back and check that answer later by just going in to your profile here on the support system, hitting requests, and this will show every support ticket that you've ever put in. Of course, this is my good friend Alfred E. Newman. He has not submitted too many support tickets, but that is where you would find it. All right, so again, the question mark in BNI Connect will take you here so you can answer or ask questions. All right, so with that said, I was going to keep it nice and quick and simple today, and just show you guys that MyBNI. Again, there's other things here on the MyBNI site that you can check out depending on your access levels. Again, you might want to click, if you're a director consultant, take some time to take a look at BNI Insights, get your last bit of training in BNI Business Builder. Again, this is single sign-on to Business Builder as well, so you can click through and sign directly into BNI Business Builder. All right, looks like that's being a little cranky slow today, so I'm going to let that one go. Let me start getting into questions. I see a whole bunch of questions in the questions and answers, so give me 1 second to start getting to these. Let's see. Luke says, I'm interested in being able to find a BNI member in my area in a specified profession. How can I do that? So there's a number of different ways you can do that. We're going to look into the networking part of it in another one, but I'll give you my quick version of that. And the easiest way to find other members in your area, I find, is actually to use your regional website. And you can get to your regional website by just clicking this button in BNI Connect. It says regional website in the upper right-hand corner. Click that, and that will take you from, so for me, I'm a member in Rhode Island. So this is taking me to the Rhode Island and Southeastern Mass region here in the United States. What I like about doing it this way is that you can, it's automatically filtered to just people in your area, right? So I can search in BNI Connect, and I'll show you guys how to do that too. But this one is, again, it's filtered just to people in my area, so I don't have to worry about putting in the state or this, even the city for that matter. So I could go down here and somewhere on the screen, depending on how your website is laid out, it might be up here at the top. It could be over here on the side. It could be down at the bottom, but there's one that should say find a member. So if I click on find a member, this allows me to do a search across this region. So I can do a search for, let's say, if I'm looking for a plumber, do a search for plumbers, and it looks like I only have one registered plumber in this area, or he may have a plumber on his profile. The actual official term is plumbing, but I can click through to this person's profile. Looks like he's got a good profile filled out. We'll talk about profiles next week, and I could give them a call. I could contact them, whatever I need to do. I can, Charles the plumber is available here in the region. And again, I didn't have to put in a state or a city or anything because it's automatically filtering only to this area. Now, if you're looking for another area, if you're here in the United States and you want just somebody in the US, most countries also have a country website. So for here in the US, BNIUSA.com, I can do the same thing and have it filtered just to people in the United States, right? So you can do that in your country. If you're not sure what a regional website is or where it is, you can also Google loves our websites, by the way. So if I want to find somebody in, let's say, I don't know, in Manhattan, right? I usually just do BNI and then whatever the name of the area might be. So BNI Jaipur, right? BNI Jaipur. Let's see if we can, there it is. We got Jaipur North right here. We've got Jaipur South. And as long as you put BNI in it, the region will show up first almost every single time. And here I could try to find a member in the Jaipur region. And let's look for the find a member. Here we go. I found the link for find a member. And I don't know. Let's look for, what should I look for? Accounting. Let's see what we have. Wow, look at that. We have a ton of accounting people here in that region. So again, can go through, find somebody. They have their profile filled out. I could give them a call, try to get in touch with them, whatever I'd like to do. So again, I do find it a lot easier. Again, if you want to search for somebody in BNI Connect, you can do that as well. Except you're searching at this point all 300,000 members around the world. But I just click on this search people button. And here's where I can, this is where you have to get a little bit more specific. I want to find somebody in plumbing in, I don't know, in, let's see, San Diego. And here we go. And this is going to give me some, people that are there. I can click on their profile here in BNI Connect as well. And there we go. We have some plumbers. Plumber, they're sharing their contact info, so I can give them a call. I can go check out their website, see if I'd like to do some business with them. So that is how you find people in BNI and BNI Connect. And I'll go into more depth with that when I talk about the networking side of BNI Connect. So thank you so much for that question. All right, so let's see what we have here. Abilio, nice to see you, Abilio. Nice, thank you for being here. Are there any plans to upload the monthly Power of One reports into the new BNI Academy? Probably. So we'll probably be uploading them there as soon as we have that system and have access to it. It does have BNI Academy has a lot of the same functionality that BNI Business Builder does, including the resources and being able to have files up there. So I'm assuming we will be uploading it to the new Academy. So, all right, let's see. Katerina says, can an application in a country vary per region, or is there one national application only? There is only one national application. So there's only one national application. All right, Pedro Sanchez Jr., what happens to training lessons that were enrolled? So if you look in the FAQ, right? So if you get over to that, to our Zendesk, click on that question mark as I was talking about before. If you go to the BNI Plus section and go to the, I'm sorry, not the BNI Plus section, the BNI Academy section and the FAQ, all of your training history and enrollments should move over. So your progress, your completions, and your enrollments should move over as well. So that should follow you. We're looking forward to that. All right, Stefan says, is there a schedule for coming week's topics? Nope, there is no schedule. I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants and talk about whatever I'd like to talk about each week. Next week, I am going to be talking more about profiles. So we're going to talk about profiles in BNI Connect and how we can, maximize the use of our profiles. Let's see. Carl says, when you finish a training in BNI Academy, will it automatically record your CEU? Not yet. So that is not happening out of the gate. That is something that we'd love to see. And it's on the wish list for future, but it is not happening right away. So if Sandro says a lot of people reporting mybni.com is not working. If it's not working, please submit a support ticket. Give it like an hour, right? We all just 500 of us just tried to jump in and use MyBNI all at once within like 30 seconds. We probably overwhelmed it. So try it again in an hour. If it's still not working, please submit a support ticket. All right, so that's that. Let's see. Luke says, yep, again, that's another BNI law, mybni.com. All right, so all of you that couldn't log into mybni.com, try again randomly in about an hour. If you still can't get in, just submit a support ticket and we'll be happy to help. All right. So somebody says, when is AI Ivan? When will it be available to all? It should be available now. I believe everybody should see also this little AI icon down on the bottom right-hand corner, and that will bring up the chat bot. It does have to relog you in, but that should bring up the chat bot, or you can get to it from the MyBNI page, and it will allow you to do that. So there also is one, by the way, if you'd like to check it out on BNI.com. It is the same background engine for that. So BNI.com has one right on their page if you'd like to ask that BNI questions as well. Kara says, is reporting to you still the same going forward? So reporting to you is that is a third-party application. So that was developed by Antonio in Portugal, and he basically a number of years ago, used the data from BNI Connect, and he actually manually exports data for his clients and puts it into his own reporting engine and spits out a bunch of pretty reports. Great reports, great service, but it is a third-party platform, so we don't directly control that in any way. So I'm assuming it's staying the same. But that's Antonio you'd have to talk to. All right, let's see. Is there another way to access support? I'm not able to log into my BNI. So again, if you can't get into the support site, you can also email ticket@bniconnect.com. So ticket, TICKET @bniconnect.com. I just dropped that into the chat window. Ticket@bniconnect.com. And yes, VPNs may cause issues. So try turning off your VPN. Um, Yorick says, why don't we have shortcuts for our region? Because there can only be one shortcut when it comes to our global support. So sorry about that. So BNI.com, MyBNI.com logins should not be restricted. Anybody should be able to log in. Again, I think we might have crashed the system a little bit by all logging in at once, but I'll talk with the programmers about that. Yes, you can also search for trades. Danielle says, can we also search for trades? I received a request yesterday at the MSC for a spice manufacturer and a customs broker. So here's the thing. We don't have a category called spice manufacturer. You can search for just free text. So here on this search page, I can search for, spice or spice manufacturer if I want to. And it looks like we have people with a name, a company name Spice. But what would have to happen is they would have to add that into their keywords. And if they add that into their keywords, then we can find them for those things. But again, if BNI doesn't know about it, if BNI doesn't know that they do that, there's no way to actually find them. So, but again, if they put spice manufacturer in their keywords or into their profile, then we should be able to find them doing a search here. Prasad says my BNI app is not showing upcoming events. Please shoot us a support ticket and we can do individual troubleshooting on that. Benjamin said, when do us developers get an extensive API integration? I do not have an answer for that one. I have no idea what their plans are for a public API or if there are plans for a public API, so I don't really know. You do not. So somebody just said, there is a message at the top. You have enabled MFA. You don't have to. You're welcome to enable MFA, multi-factor authentication, but no, you don't have to, and you can continue to log in to MyBNI even if you do not enable it. All right. Any AI features for 30 seconds or any other BNI advices like one-to-one? So those are under development. So they are working on some other AI tools to assist with things like, hey, who should I have a one-to-one with next? That type of thing. But those are in development, still a future enhancement. Brian says, are you going to invite others to present relevant topics? I may have guest presenters as well. So when I cross that bridge, I would love to have other subject matter experts. For example, we have Antonio Jones, who is the product manager for MyBNI or for BNI Plus. So I'd love to have him on to talk about BNI Plus and things like that. So yes, I would absolutely love that. Let's see. Christopher says, we recently started using BNI Plus. I'm noticing the POMS report and the data on BNI Plus are not reflective and match. Can you review the process for reporting? Is there a deadline prior to the meeting past the 2-hour time frame? I know that the BNI Plus scrubs and updates every 2 hours. The VP need to close out the POMS report. So yes, it's a lot of stuff you just asked there. So here's how the timing works. When a POMS report has been submitted in BNI Connect, right? So POMS report submitted in BNI Connect. That basically flags the POMS report as having been changed, right? As soon as it knows that it's been changed, that then flags BNI Plus to re-import that POMS report or import it for the first time if it was not submitted before. So the answer to your question is yes, VPs absolutely still need to pull over or submit the POMS report in order for it to be pulled over. And then also it does do it. So the way that the sync works is it's hourly, but it's hourly that starts after the last sync finish. So we like to say, within 2 hours, you should see the changes. And that goes for anything. If you update your profile picture, if you update your phone number, whatever it is, that will get pulled over as well. So hopefully that helps. If you're finding that the numbers aren't correct or something like that, let me know or submit a support ticket, please, and we can look at that individually. All right, let's see. Will there be a new BNI app? I think that they're working on a new BNI app in the background. I don't know if and when or what the plans are for that, but I don't have any other details. Sorry about that. Let's see. Joe says, I've been using BNI Connect for the last 2 years with the intention to connect with international members in Asia. However, my country profiles are in local languages and it is difficult. Also, many are incomplete. So, yes, you are correct. And, as we integrate more AI tools, hopefully we'll have opportunities for things like automatic translation, and that will make some of that easier. But yes, right now, it's if people write their profile in their own language, then they are going to, it's going to display in that language. Chandrakant says, if I look for persons from a specific category in a region, it shows irrelevant categories as well. And yes, that is kind of just the way that this search works. The way that this search works, it's not Google. All right. I'm just going to be right up front with you. It is not Google. What it is a SQL query. All right. So it's like when I do a search for spice manufacturer, it is looking exactly for those two words and on somebody's profile. So I know in my head I'm looking for a spice manufacturer, but the search in the system says, okay, well, is spice showing up? So, there must be manufacturer or something like that in this person's profile or in their, keywords or, something like that, that is returning those results. The one thing it does do, location-based searching, so it will expand around a region. But most of the words in it are kind of, one-to-one matches on the search. Uh, will autofill be available in the search bar in BNI Connect? I don't know the answer to that. I think that's a great suggestion. I'd be happy to pass that on to the developers. In BNI categories and subcategories, and then some specific niche. So 3 levels, but in some screens, it's not all seen. So I do know they have plans to hopefully enhance the categories and the category experience in BNI, but that is still something that's going to happen in the future. All right, let's see. If you do training that lasts 45 minutes, do you log it as an hour? Yes, I'm a big, I'm a big fan, so to speak. I recommend rounding up. So if you've put the effort in and we only record it in 1 hour increments and you put some time in, round it up to the closest hour. So for those of you that may not know, here's what I suggest you do right now. As we are on this call, go to your homepage or open up your BNI Connect mobile app. And if you are in a country that records CEUs, click on the CEU button and click submit and give yourself 1 credit. Give yourself 1 quantity for a 1 credit course. Click submit and give yourself a CEU for today, please. Jasdeep says, can you help make us understand on 100% optimization? So this just means you have everything filled out. So when you're filling out your profile, there's all the different pages of your profile. When you have it all filled out, it will say 100%. Now, note that some of the places, like in the bio, you may have to put like multiple words in there. You can't necessarily just put a period and consider it to be filled out. So, but that's how you get the 100% on that. We'll get into that in more detail next week. Jeff says, can CEUs be added as a column to the VP report? Sounds like a great suggestion. Higgins AI is completely different. That's a third-party AI tool that some regions out there have purchased and have been working with that particular AI person. But Higgins AI is not internal to BNI Connect. It does run on some region websites in the United States. Let's see. Joe says, please do something so that each member's Connect profile is filled up. We'll talk more about profiles next week. Let's see. Melissa says, I'm confused by BNI Connect, BNI Business Builder, MyBNI, BNI.com. So it is, I'm not going to lie, it is a little bit confusing. BNI Connect is our data system, right? It's where we do all our activity and everything like that. BNI Academy is our learning platform. BNI Plus is our presentation platform for running meetings. MyBNI.com is just where you log in and you can go off to all of these different places. BNI.com is just our corporate website. So not sure if that cleared anything up for you, but thank you. Let's see. Dawn says, are these sessions recorded and will they be available? Yes, they are being recorded. They will be available eventually on BNI Academy. I don't have access, just like the rest of you. I'm patiently waiting for my access to BNI Academy. Once I get that access, I will learn how to do some uploads on there and get them uploaded. So yes, they will be uploaded, but it's going to be, give me a couple of weeks and we'll get it up there. All right. And by the way, Dawn, the lovely, beautiful Dawn, thank you for being here. Let's see. What is the link to close out on new membership applications since it's a new requirement introduced recently? I'm not sure what you mean by that question. What is the link to close out on new membership applications? I don't understand that question. I'm sorry. Feel free to submit that one as a support ticket, though. Grace says we will have a new BNI app. Possibly. Again, there's talks about it. I don't know of any progress on it, or when and if that's happening. Sorry about that. And yes, this counts as a CEU, please. How can I attend an online chapter worldwide? So the best way to do that is to go to BNI.com and do a search, because that does all chapters around the world. So BNI.com, you can click on the Get Invited link in the upper right-hand corner. And this one is a search of chapters globally. So you can filter them by online chapters and visit a global chapter if you'd like to. Zubair says, is there any section for advertising? No, there is no advertising except through your profile. So can I help and understand the steps for 100% optimization? I will do that next week. How does multi-factor work? Do we add it to some authenticator? Yes, you can add it to an authenticator. You can do it via, I believe, text message. Just use the click here and it will walk you through the steps for how to do that. Jeff, is there a way to create custom reports? Not at this time. Kristen says, hello, Kristen. Kristen is, by the way, one of the most amazing regional admins out there. So thank you for being here and sharpening your saw even more. Will there be a mobile app for BNI Academy? Yes, there will be a mobile app for BNI Academy. I don't think it's being launched on day one, but yes, there's absolutely plans for a mobile app for BNI Academy. Let's see. Is there an easy way for members to figure out which chapters have openings for certain professions without going through the process of elimination? No, not right now. There are tools for directors to look for openings in chapters, but not from a member perspective. So sorry about that. Maria says, I completed all lessons in BNI Business Builder, but it's not updated in my Connect profile. That is correct. It does not update your Connect profile. The only training that gets updated to your Connect profile is the Member Success Program. Not all of them, just the Member Success Program. If it hasn't been updated, then again, you can submit a support ticket. Sandro says that a lot of people have their security settings locked down so they're not sharing enough information to be contacted. And yes, I will. I'll answer that next week in our live session. Nirao says we need more clarifications on categories, and yes, again, they're going to be doing some updates to categories in the future to make that more accessible. Justin says, where do I do my MSP training? You will go to BNI Academy in about a week, or your region may have a live member success program that you can attend as well. And give yourself 1 credit for today. I don't know of ways to reduce spam. And no, there's no SEO inside BNI. And says when you have double entries in Connect for thank you for closed business or other items, when we go over entering slips in BNI Connect, I will go over that in detail. But the easiest way to do that is if you go into your mobile app and go into the slips feed. I'm going to launch up my app here real quick while that's launching. You go into your slips feed, and that's where you can delete or edit your slips. So again, let me launch up the mobile app here real quick. So go into the slips feed, and if you click on a recent slip, you should have an option to edit or delete it. If the edit or delete icon is not available, that means that the POMS report's already been submitted. So you would have to talk to your vice president. They unlock the POMS report, and then you can edit it or delete it. Okay? So that is that. All right. Let's see. I think I see the bottom of the list. Couple of chapter members feel they don't have a suitable category. As I said, that's being updated in the future. If you talk to your executive director, they can provide a list of available categories. If the category is not available right now, I'm sorry, there isn't much I can do about it at the moment. Again, they're going to be redefining categories in the future. When you find a contact, does it have a share function to save it to your WhatsApp? No, it doesn't at this time. But I think that's a great idea for the future. Do new members sign up via MyBNI or BNI Connect? So either or, members as soon as you become a member, you automatically have an account in BNI Connect, which gives you an account in MyBNI. So whether or not you have set up a password yet or not, nobody can tell because some people set up the password while they're registering to join a chapter or to visit a chapter. So you can basically reset your account as soon as you become a member. So, and you can do that from either place. Just use the forgot password. All right, let's see. Barb said, I just learned something. Didn't know you could edit or delete slips. So, Barb, nice to see you here. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. MFA, I don't see other instructions. Yeah, again, if you go through the MFA, if you go to click enabled, it then gives you the option for how you would like to do the MFA. But I am not going to do that right now because I do not want to enable MFA on my account. All right. Do BNI profile links shared on Facebook work? Yes, you can share your BNI Connect, but you have to use your public profile. All right. And by the way, if you don't know what your public profile is, go into the mobile app, right? So go into the mobile app. I'm going to go back in there. Click on the, where is it? I know how to do it for other people. There it is. Click on your profile picture, then go to share my profile. And this is your QR code, your personal QR code for the for your public profile link. Okay. All right. And that is the link that I would put on Facebook. Again, Higgins is not part of BNI Connect. All right, so there are some regional websites that have Higgins on it, but it is not part of BNI Connect. And Melissa says, do I have one password or two between MyBNI and BNI Connect? It is the same password. BNI Connect is the password manager, and MyBNI is just a pass-through. It's a portal that is single sign-on for all of those platforms underneath it, and they all use the BNI Connect username and password. And that was the last question. So we made it through our first session. Give yourselves a round of applause. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking an hour out of your time. I know that it is super late for some of you on a Friday night. I know that in India, what is it, 9 or 10 o'clock at night right now. So it is very late for a lot of you. You can make sure you give yourself that CEU. And again, I think I saw some people. Thought I saw somebody from Japan that was here, which it's really late in Japan. So 11:55 in Malaysia. So you guys, thank you. It warms my heart knowing you guys took some time out of your day to spend some time with me, and I welcome you back next week. Next week, we are going to, I think I'm going to talk about the profile next week. So we're going to go in, we're going to take a look at that 100% optimization and see how you guys can get there, where the profile shows up, how to edit the profile, all the different ways you can edit the profile. I'm going to show you guys how to put a video in your profile. So all of that stuff is happening next week at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. All right. In the meantime, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And as always, happy connecting. Bye, everyone.